Yeah.
I just want the paper. I just want the paper. I just want the paper.
Yeah.
I just want the paper. I just want the paper. I just want the paper.
It's still a feeling that you love to hate. Don't hesitate to put in work just to get this pay. And all this talk about food, I guess I need a plate. But once the trap house boom, I guess I flip a state to get this rate. Money violent like I'm missing rate. Half a brick a yay. My firework like Independence Day. Spark a split for hate. Niggas learn from that chink shit. Now my shooters move around, we moving brink switch. I'm from the school of the hard knocks, from a hard block. I need a beat with a hard knock, flipping hard rock. Need a coupe with a hard top or a hard drop. Pull it out, they be all shocked. Watch they jaws drop. My niggas crazy, but we optimistic. Cause I remember days I didn't have a pot to piss in. Somebody tell these pussy niggas I'm the best that did it. Your boy Dag, fire plane, that's the best description. Motherfuckers, yeah.
I just want the paper. I just.
Hey, yo, salute, salutations and all that, man. It is I, the toughest of all tough Stinos, man. This is Talking Tough with Stino, man. Good old story, man. I'm saying salute. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Make sure y'all hit that like button as well. And let me know what y'all think about the situation, man. So look, in the early 2000s, it was really bad in New York. Now, there was something that was called the stop and frisk, right? So the stop and frisk law allowed the police officers to basically stop you unconstitutional like. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to break down the stop and frisk, and then I'm going to get into my story because I know a lot of people don't really understand how this affected us, especially in New York. I don't really know too many other places where the stop and frisk was put in place, but at least in New York, it was pretty bad. Now I'm saying so. It says in 1999, blacks and Latinos made up 50% of New York's population, but accounted for 84% of the city's stops. Those statistics have changed in little more than a decade, according to court's opinion, between 2004 and 2012. The New York Police Department made 4.4 million stops under the citywide policy. More than 80% of those stopped were Black and Latino people. The likelihood a stop of an African-American New Yorker yielded a weapon was half of white New Yorkers stopped. And the likelihood of finding contraband on an African-American who was stopped was 1/3 of that than the white New Yorkers that were stopped, right? So basically, it was a part of racial profiling, right? So at a federal level, several advocacy organizations, including the Leadership Conference, continue to advocate for the End Racial Profiling Act as one method to end the discriminatory racial profiling policies like stop and frisk. So basically, this gave them the authority to just stop us for no reason. It didn't really matter. They didn't have any, they didn't need any suspicions. They didn't need any reasons to stop us. You know what I'm saying? So basically, we were being stopped for no reason. A lot of these police officers where I'm from do not grow up in our neighborhoods. I don't know where a lot of y'all be watching from, but in New York City, these officers, they live deep Long Island, they live in New Jersey. They're not from our communities, and they're not familiar with our communities as well. So let's get to the story, man. So this is how stop and frisk changed my life. So I think it was probably around 2005, 2006. I was in the hood, man. I'm from Southside, Queens. I'm going to give y'all a little tour of the hood. So I was with a good friend of mine. I'm going to leave his name out of this because I don't know if he wants to be mentioned. But I was with a good friend of mine, and we had just left McDonald's. So if anybody's familiar with Queens, this is Suffolk and Linden. So we had just left the McDonald's. It used to be a KFC over there. We had walked across the street, usually police sitting right there. And then we had double walked across the street to go and get some roll up. I'm not gonna hold you. Let's stop it there. So we had went to go get some roll up. You know, we were definitely about to smoke. We were definitely about to smoke. You know what I'm saying? So, but we didn't have no marijuana. We were just going to get roll up. I believe I was 19 or 20 years old at that time. I believe I was like 19 to 20 years old. So remember that. We didn't have no smoke on us. So like I said, this is Suffolk and Linden, McDonald's. We had just left, finished eating. We had actually ate inside the McDonald's. And we was like, yo, let's go get some weed. So we went across the street and then we doubled across the street, you know, to go get the roll up. Now, what a lot of y'all don't know is the part of Queens that I'm from, we have alleyways on some blocks. So while walking up the way, up 111th Ave, we had got stopped. We got stopped by the blue and whites. So the blue and whites hop out on us and they ask for IDs. So I myself did not have my ID on me, for one. But we also know that without probable cause of a stop, you're not supposed to have to give your ID. That's not what this is. They didn't have any reason to stop us. But you know, I didn't have my ID. So they end up letting my friend go because he had his ID and stuff, and you know, we didn't have anything on us. And they proceeded to put the handcuffs on me and put me in the back of the car. So I'm now expecting to go to either the 113th precinct or the 103rd, most likely the 113th. But as we're going up towards the way, and I'm in the back of the police car, I see us going towards the Van Wyck. So in my mind, I'm like, are we going to the 103rd? Like, I don't know what precinct is this way. You know what I'm saying? All the precincts is the other ways. You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm asking them where they about to take me because I know where the precincts are. I've been locked up before. I've been arrested before. Like, so where y'all taking me? So the officer in the passenger seat turns around and I will never forget what he said to me.
You want to go to jail? You want to go home? You want to go to jail? You want to go home?
You want to go to jail? You want to go home?
Now, when that movie finally came out, it was like, oh shit, I niggas actually said that to me. Like, you want to go to jail? And I'm like, nigga, I want to go home. Like, I'm not trying to go to jail, bro. I'm trying to, I'm saying, go to the crib. Like, niggas is bugged out. I'm trying to go to the crib. So, nothing else was said. Nothing else was said. They drove up a couple of blocks. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show y'all exactly where they drove up to. So, as I said, we was here, Suffolk Boulevard. Right? We said, yo, we got to go get some roll up. Went across the street by the pizzeria, double across the street to the Ox to go get roll up. Right? As we come back, we double back up one way this way. We got pulled over around 147. That's this block right here. They put me in a car and we start driving up this way towards the Van Wyck. Now, this is 145 where the alleyways start. This is the alleyways in Southside Queens, y'all. I'm giving y'all a glimpse into the hood. This is actually the alleyway where they took me to. Right? So they made a left in the alleyway. Mind you, it's like 7, 8 o'clock at night. It's in the wintertime, so it's dark. So they take me out the back of the car, and it wasn't they. It was just the officer in the passenger seat. He take me out the back of the car, and he says, "You want to go home, right?" I said, "Yes." The officer then punched me so hard in my face. I actually don't believe I've been hit like that ever again in my life. Like, I've never been hit like that before. And mind you, the handcuffs were still on me. So he hit me and I did not fall. He hit me again, then I fell. He gave me a few kicks to the ribs, said a little shit to me, took the handcuffs off, and told me to go ahead and walk away. Now, this whole time, I was never searched. The only thing I told him was I did not have an ID and that I wanted to go home. So this is what y'all got to understand watching this video. The stop and frisk law, it gave the police the opportunity to violate laws and to beat your ass up. I'm not going to hold you. I then knew after that day that if you didn't want to go to jail and they asked you, do you want to go to jail or you want to go home? Maybe this was something that was just in my neighborhood. But if you say you want to go home, they're going to fuck you up bad. Bad. They're going to fuck you up bad. When the officer hit me, my bottom tooth, the little bottom canine shit went through my mouth. Like, it like that all the way through, but it like got stuck into my bottom lip. And my shit was swollen for like at least a month. Like, my shit was just like an apple on my shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, a couple of scrapes and bruises, sore ribs. I still went home. I didn't really think about it too much after that because, like I said in my past videos, you know what I mean? Just growing up where I'm from, you just expect to go through certain shit. And after this situation, I had spoke to a couple of my friends that went through the same shit. So I knew it wasn't just me. This is some shit that was happening in the community, man. But shout out to Southside, man. Shout out to Southside Queens. I wouldn't change growing up where I'm from. I wouldn't change that shit for anything on earth. It taught me a lot. It taught me what to trust. It taught me what not to trust. It taught me how to move. I ain't gonna hold you, but yeah, bro. I mean, that's how I survived that incident, bro. Like, luckily, you know, niggas didn't really want to violate too crazy. I took a couple of hits, and I kept it pushing. You know what I mean? But that's why niggas used to run from the police. That's why it was so crazy with police and niggas in Queens. You already know the nickname for Queens, what they say. That's why, because the police was violating us, and they had all the green lights on earth to violate us. You know what I mean? So if you've been through something like this, man, leave that shit in the comments. Let niggas know that this shit is actually the type of shit that used to go down, the type of shit that used to happen in the hood. It may still happen, depending on what situation a nigga going through, and shit like that, man. Make sure y'all visit wearetough.com for all y'all merch needs, man. Y'all niggas got go cop some shit off the website, man. All donations, send that shit to $ We Are Tough on the Cash App. You know what I mean? And don't play with me, stay with me. I'm gonna leave y'all with some commercials, and I'll be back later on today, man. Peace. Warning. Clouded teen causes extreme cases of dumbness, reckless acts of mookism, and total loss of morality. Are you chasing clout? So is everyone. But why don't you look the part while doing it? Get your official clout merch right now at wearetough.com. That is wearetough.com. If you're chasing clout and you're out here on some mookism shit, go ahead and go over to wearetough.com and get your merch today.
You can't run away from these stars I got, oh baby. Hey baby, cause I got a lot, oh yeah. And anywhere you go, my whole crew gonna know, oh baby. Hey baby, you can't hide from the knowledge.
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep it real. Trying to keep it real. Tell me what you want, I'ma tell you